Friends celebrate, rivals don't. What babies know before they can talk. When a close friend shares good news, their success can feel like your own. You probably feel pride, excitement, or joy. But when the same news comes from someone you dislike, the feeling changes, doesn't it? You might feel jealous or like it's unfair. How we react in these situations often depends on our relationship with the person, not simply the achievement itself. Psychologists have known for a long time that adults experience these vicarious emotions as a result of other people's experiences and their relationship with that person. However, we didn't know much about when people learn this. A new 2024 study by Smith, Flores, and her colleagues suggests that the answer may be before we can even talk. Existing research, such as studies by Karen and colleagues published in Child Development, have already shown that infants can differentiate between emotions such as anger, sadness, and happiness. However, it remains unclear when they start to link these emotions to relationships. This study, Infants Expect Friends, but not Rivals, to be happy for each other when they succeed, aims to address this gap in research by testing whether infants' expectations of emotional responses change depending on the social relationship between individuals. Across a series of experiments, they tested 154 infants between 10 and 11 months old. In each study, the infants watched videos with two characters. Sometimes the characters danced together to show friendship, while other times repeated collisions were used to show rivalry. In the videos, one character tries to jump over a wall, and the other watches, giving either a positive or a negative reaction. Because infants cannot explain what they expect to happen, researchers often measure how long they look at something. Babies have something called a novelty preference, meaning they prefer to look at new or unexpected things. By measuring the time infants spent looking at a character's reaction, the researchers could tell whether the babies were surprised by the emotional reaction or expected it. The experiment showed that infants looked less when a friend responded positively, appearing happy after the completed task. This suggests that this matched their expectation, and they were not surprised by it. However, when individuals were portrayed as rivals, infants did not expect the same supportive reaction and appeared surprised if a rival responded with happiness to another rival's success. In other words, babies seem to expect friends to be happy for each other's success, but not rivals. These results, published in Developmental Science, add to our knowledge in the growing field of emotional development. It reshapes our understanding of babies' minds, revealing that infants hold expectations about friendship, rivalry, and emotional reactions to success, showing that they understand emotions can come from someone else's experience, and that those emotions depend on the relationship between people. This study helps researchers and psychologists better understand the infant mind and how as humans we grow and develop, so they can be better informed when doing further research. And for parents and caregivers, it also offers valuable insight into babies' early social understanding, the knowledge that their infants are already engaging and learning from the social world around them in sophisticated ways. Thanks for listening.